action, and it's the Jets who are in control of the football.
Let's go, man. Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Roll. Unlock line.
Young on third down. And this is going to... Clean. Had to pass there. Third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And some space here. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Brenner. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Pollard going to try the right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 65 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Brenner. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback when those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Here is Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38, Young. Now they go screen, it's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Young. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. On 2nd and 9, Young. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Now Young. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A throw over the middle, taken in. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. The Saints at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better 1 play here, 1 play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Brenner. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. That's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the draw, it's Pollard. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Brenner. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Oh, what a move. And they'll bring it down at the 27-yard line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Young from the shotgun. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, Brenner taking a shot for Samuel, and that is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Young to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He completes it to Boyd. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Young on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Young to throw it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but it's still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Throwing on 1st down. Brenner, another catch there for Waddle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll take this down to the 33. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And that's a more than acceptable read because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Brenner. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. To throw on 2nd down, Brenner. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets...
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Jones hit in the ball zone, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, a touch unconventional. I don't know that you usually gain yards on 1st down by a fake field goal. But they did gain yards, I guess. I don't know what else to say.
And the beauty of it is, it just goes to 2nd down. They keep the ball. Just because they went for a fake field goal doesn't mean they turned the ball over because they didn't get a first down. It's now 2nd down for them.
Young now after the fumble recovery. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, Young loses it. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a safe touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Young. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
That's interference. Defense.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. Here's Johnson with a reception. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a first down throw for Young. Over the middle, complete. That's Boyd. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be Young again. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Third and short yardage, Young. And that is incomplete. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brenner finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On first down, Brenner. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll look to throw again. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 1st and 10, Young. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Russell Wilson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They were losers a week ago to Tennessee, but they're on top right now as they come up here 1st and 10. Off play action. Brenner. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call.
This is unbelievable.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against it.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Pollard again. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Jones. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now a give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Young. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Young. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go. I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll try and run the option left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards that time, and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there, and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake, Brenner. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Brenner. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Brenner. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down. Brenner. And down he goes at the 49. A 3-yard pickup.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
2nd down and 7.
Back to throw again. He's got it to Williams.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
They'll run left with Pollard. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
134 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Going to run again here with Pollard.
Benjamin St. Juste there on the stop. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Looking to throw. Brenner out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Defense. Come on, Nat.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Pollard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Brenner.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
Touchdown, Saints.
Kyle Pitts. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. New York set to take the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. First down, Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Here is Young. He gets this one to Johnson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 23. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Now Young. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory.
but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Back to it after the pick six. Young. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Throwing again on second down. Young. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Young now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Pollard. 153 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll run with Pollard. He'll get this up to about the 44. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Brenner. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Aiden Hutchinson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Young. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the 4th, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. To throw on third down, Brenner. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Run for Pollard. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, Brenner. And that will be incomplete. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson, his 2nd sack of the night.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Young. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. They showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. 31 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Brenner. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They go back to Pollard on second down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On third down, it's Pollard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, they'll be disappointed with that effort.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. It's Young on first down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, it's Young. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
And didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for New Orleans, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.